Well, good morning. The big coffee cup's coming with me on this garage update tour. So first off, yes. Hey there, things are happening in the kitchen today, and I thought, while our happy helpers, I think they're out eating lunch, I'm gonna show you at least what they're working on today. And hopefully by the end of this video, we will have gotten even farther on this kitchen. And let me just say, ode to these floors. I mean, there is mud and stuff on them, but these are wonderful, like farm durable floors. Okay, so here's how things are looking today. You can look for my other kitchen update video just to get caught up. And this always looks in the video like it's dirty, but it's plastic. Okay, desk things are happening, trim things are happening. The hood is off the island. So I believe this means they're doing hood things today. This hood I ordered separately. There's another trim piece for it. It has to be configured. This insert has to be inserted into it. So it looks like those are things they're working on today. Travis has been working on electrical for in the island and other electrical type things, and none of the electric is actually turned on out here, so that is how they're able to work on it. Whole lot of stuff going on, but still, just like me, I set my egg holders up, okay? I couldn't help it. I guess I will move those out of their way. But here they're doing math and conspiracy theory things up there where the range hood will get hooked up. Also, those of you who have mentioned and been concerned about the range hood, just in general for safety, the range hood will be inspected by the fire marshal before we can actually use it. That's part of our inspection process, so don't worry about that. Besides that, yeah, nothing else new going on, but again, they are on their lunch break. Maybe by the end of the day, we'll have this hood up. Maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be a few days of working on that. So Travis has this sink sitting out that goes down there, and hopefully the missing cabinets will be here. They were supposed to be here today. Now they're delayed and we're here on Monday, but it'll be 36-inch long cabinets here. And then in that corner, alrighty, so I'll check back in when something else happened. Well, good morning. The big coffee cup's coming with me on this garage update tour. So actually, quite a bit got done this weekend. We're down to so many little details. Again, not as dramatic as when the big wall of cabinets went in, but all this other stuff. So let me show you what's gotten done. So first off, yes, the hood, the mega mama, mega massive hood is in, and it is looking mighty fine. Let's appreciate the hood. The hood. Definitely we will be doing or having done touch-up paint, and there's like some little scuffs and stuff. That's just all part of the process, but the hood got finished. It is looking good. I did go back and forth with thinking, I feel like I've got to like get back from it to talk to it properly. And it's like, I don't know, 5 a.m. So I don't usually film at this time of day, but I'm like, oh, on my little mega mama to-do list, I need to get this filmed because contractors don't usually get here until 8 or so, but I've got voiceover to record, got other things to do today. Did you want to hear my to-do list? No, you didn't. So anyway, here we go. Thought process was, the other day I thought, okay, we do have a lot of white going on in here, and I got a lot of reasons why I like a lot of white, believe it or not. I was thinking maybe I should paint this hood another color. Here's why we're not, at least at this point in life, is I want to do very dramatic tile there. The tile that I like, it's gray blue and kind of a mustardy yellow. It's one I showed you all several months back. I still really like it. And then we'll have the big stove there. I think that's going to help tie it all together. Many Mega Mama kitchen questions have been coming in. One of them is, will we have a tile backsplash? I believe we will. I am 97% confident on the tile I want here for behind the stove. I am not 100% confident or even 90% confident on the tile that I want for the backsplash yet. So the jury's still out for that one. I don't think I want regular subway tile. I do think I want white, but I might want it in a different shape, if that makes sense. The thing that I tell myself, just like with the countertops, which I'll update you on those here next, I don't have to know yet. It's okay. Like I knew whenever I saw these cabinets go in and when I saw the hood go in, I knew as, you know, different puzzle pieces started to click together, it would help answer some other questions in my mind. And seeing how lovely this waterproof floor is that again, I joke we need to wrap our lives in. The flooring actually helped me quite a bit in making my countertop decision. Yes, there is a decision that's been made. This tile backsplash, I mean, maybe in this video we're gonna get to that, right? But maybe not. So I just know the backsplash isn't dependent on me actually getting in here and cooking and doing other things. It's not dependent on like our final inspection and all of those details. So it's kind of at the bottom of my list, but the thought is there. And every time I go into Lowe's, I look. I did recently settle with, yes, that tile, I call it a German tile. My mom says it looks Mediterranean to her. I have, like I said, I've showed it in other videos. I'm settled on that now as being very dramatic between the stove and the hood. So anyway, the hood is there. The hood is good. Other updates. We have realized that we are going to have our pot filler move down about 3 or 4 inches. Yes, I know, it's sad, but it's just, I'm gonna call about it today, and you know what? That's what professional plumbers do. They know how to do these things. A whole lot of decisions had to be made this winter on plumbing things. Like this winter, you know, we had to tell them where the dishwashers were going and where the sinks were going to be based on this plan for this kitchen that Travis and I spun in our heads and such. So whenever the plumbing company was here and I was making the decision, and I remember it was a day like I had to decide where that pot filler went. What Mr. Plumber man that was here had me do is, of course, he knew the height of the stove. I don't think I had purchased my stove yet, but I had a couple stoves in mind and they were all generally the same height. It's probably pretty standard. And I believe this line here is marking where the stove will be. Anyway, with that, the plumber man was asking me about my biggest pot. And so whenever we got into talking about the big pots I have and the big pots I want, this is the height that was, I think, I'm using my tape measure for other things that I want to show you all. I can't quote you the height. I don't remember if this is 28 inches, 24 inches. Hopefully I remember. If only you can talk through the screen. After I show you the measurements for my table, we can measure the distance there. All that to say, when Travis and I were looking at purchasing, and thank you all, I mean, I'm here talking to a white wall, so thanks for listening. But we were like, oh, we have to get our pot filler hardware. Well, Travis and I realized many of those pot fillers have an arm that goes out the top, and it goes up like 6 or 8 inches. Well, you see with our vent hood. So here's a slight planning failure, but again, when I look at, let me see if I turn slowly, the whole kitchen progress. If the pot filler has to be readjusted, if that's one of our failures, it'll be okay. So Travis's answer was, well, that's okay. We will have the plumbers come out and move it down a couple inches, and they're gonna have to open up the drywall there, and then it's gonna have to be closed back up. Travis isn't too worried about that though, because then he was like, yeah, and then we're having tile put on there anyway. So it's all okay. But that's an adjustment already that needs to be done. Okay, so you can see the other thing that's been happening is Travis has been working all weekend on the electrical. Many of you have been asking me if we were having any kind of electrical in this island, and Travis did a dedicated, this is like the, I don't know, the Italian music and the TikToks going on. So here you go, there's my hand movement. Anyway, and that was from like a year ago. Funny, Jamerrill, funny. Anyway, Travis planned this island with electrical in it. You'll see he's got that box there. This is gonna be my garbage disposal switch. The reason that we did that is in this house for the last 2.5 years, the garbage disposal switch is under the cabinet. And so I'm used to it being there. Another question, will the sinks have garbage disposals? They will. This sink, which will be like our main family sink, Travis had talked about putting it over here, but you know, we got kids and we're gonna collect grandkids, and I just don't think it's good to have a switch here that can be easily flipped. He's been working with running, oh, he told me what this was. It's RC, MC. It's MC cable metal. Okay, it's okay. Electrician's wife. There it is. And the reason he's running this cable all the way through is that, yeah, opening drawers, and like this drawer in particular, this is just a faux drawer face there anyway. And so, and that's just some extra wire. But you know, when I'm shoving big pots and stuff in there, if I would happen to, you know, push anything up this far, all the wires are protected. And he's like, yes, we must protect those wires from Jamerrill. So you can see all his nice drilling, and it just goes all the way through. And so the outlets are many on this island. I've had to make some big outlet decisions, and I hope I've made the right ones, but it is what it is, right? So again, we're gonna have an overhang here for seating. We've got an outlet there, and then you come down here, there's also gonna be an overhang all the way down. We have another outlet here, and then an outlet here, and then come around the side. Now this other side is where I'm going to live my life, right? So I'm planning my life, like we should put painter's tape right there. My life is happening here. This is as close as we could get outlets on this side, just because we have so many deep drawers here. One thing I toyed with, and I was like, well, I don't know, could we have an outlet in the middle? But even then, I would have to have a drawer open. I got 4 here, and I figure a lot of things will reach from there, and there's going to be no overhang here, just the edge of the countertop, so it should go well. Also, I could even do something like have a multi-plug plug in here, have that set on top of the island, and then plug into stuff from there. Lots of options. All of these, like again, he did a dedicated sub panel just for my Mega Mama kitchen, and all of these outlets are planned, like the electrical plan with all of them, is so I can be running multiple things on multiple outlets at the same time, and everything has dedicated circuits and such. So again, big project. Thank you, licensed electrician husband, to make all my outlet hopes and dreams come true. And Travis had asked me, you know, we talked about having outlets in the top of this. I just couldn't go there in my brain. I've heard that there's little bars that pop up and other electrical designs that have that. I have never had an island. I had in my forest house kitchen that little bump out that we used like an island. This is gonna be amazing, and I'm happy with this. The other question I asked him shows how much I know. I look, and there's outlets here, and there's one. Now up here, I've gotten questions about this little cabinet. There's gonna be a shelf and our big microwave here. And this lighting, again, that's just, oh, blinding you, but that's coming from an extension cord outside because the electrical is not plugged in yet. Anyway, one of the first questions I asked him, because again, I'm used to a YouTube life. Like whenever I put things on here, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a lot of questions about that. Or there will be things that come up that I think are no big deal, and it ends up being a very, very big deal. So you just don't know. But do you know what I asked him by looking at this? Can you guess? I asked him, I was like, okay, I'm fine with it, but I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions on why are all my outlets upside down? You're laughing, I'm sure you're laughing, but I was just like, people are gonna ask, why are all your outlets upside down? So here's what I learned. The NEC, the National Electric Code here in the US, outlets can actually be in either direction. And Travis said that like in machine shops and, you know, heavy industrial facilities, they do their outlets like this because, like, if a cord gets pulled out a little bit, and let's say anything falls, of course we're not thinking of something falling, but I guess maybe here's a better example, right? A cord is pulled out, I splash something, it hits the electrical, it hits, what did he say? I think it hits the ground first, like not the ground as in the floor, but the electrical ground. Travis said an example would be like in a machine shop, if a cord got pulled out a little bit and you had metal shavings that were falling, it hits the ground first, and that's best for safety. Otherwise, you could have an explosion. So anyway, let's have a National Electric Code conversation, but that is why all the outlets are like this. And my mom said at one of her houses, they were all like this too. I just haven't seen this, but what new rooms have I ever built in my 42 years? None. But look, he's consistent, like all of it. So The man has a plan, the man knows. Good morning, dead bugs in the windowsill. But again, outlets everywhere. So for the outlet questions, we have some outlets. Also, someone said I needed an outlet at my desk area, so I have 2. Trim is coming, if you see that. Trim is on the way. Another thing Travis had some of the kids help him with this weekend is he had Gabriel go through and work on getting all the shelves in as many things as possible. My plan at the moment is each kid is going to have their own cabinet. Now there's only 6 cabinets, so of course my 22-year-old son does not need a cabinet. He's a dad with a beard and a wife and a home and a career and all that. And then Zion is a grown-up now and he's doing all of his college stuff, so he doesn't need a cabinet. And then Tobin's not even 2 yet, so I'm thinking, you know, we'll say Benjamin and Daniel and Amelia and Liam and Gabriel and Naomi. I mean, Gabriel's almost 6 foot tall. I think he's going to be our tallest kid yet. Or maybe he is, what did we say he was? Okay, it's okay. Tall kid. Naomi's a tall lady. Future homeschool organization. I'm just thinking each one will have one of these nice big double cabinets. Books and things and activities can slide in and out. These shelves, many questions have come in. Jamerrill, you know, where's your pantry storage going to be in this kitchen? It's going to be right here in these wall of cabinets here. Everything I need to work with like on a daily basis will rotate through up here. I'm not going to have room for like buckets in here, but we'll see when we get into organization. Maybe some food storage buckets I use more often will be over there. Maybe they're just gonna, I mean, because we're gonna like live and use this kitchen, right? Maybe they're gonna be under a chair or 2 here. Maybe over there is where I'm gonna keep them. I'm not sure. I have thought about, like in reference to food photography and such, I contemplated having my countertop come down here because of the light with this window. I'm thinking I might get a taller table here and I can leave my camera and such sitting out. I have a food photographer who has worked with me for many years for the photography on the blog and photography for all the food packs and such. Since I'm going to have this space now, I would like to get back into working through and doing photography on some bigger projects I would like to do. I'm thinking this will be my window for it. And again, chair, couch. I went back and looked at Big Lots the other day. I just really can't find anything there that is fitting my vision. So I want to go into some other furniture stores, and I don't need to do that today though. So there are other things. I'm thinking other questions I have received. I looked up lots of questions about this attic access. So we got to pick where the attic access was. There was math involved. The attic is only for our HVAC. Once a year, maybe twice a year, our HVAC people have to go up into the attic to do things or to do maintenance and check in on things. I won't do it now, but Travis did it last night just to show me yet again. Where this door opens, it actually clears the cabinets. We're close, but it opens just fine. And then the ladder comes down. And that is that. This is also going to be painted, so it's not so obvious. We're saving that again for the final punch list before they clear on out of here. We don't have kids going up in the attic every day. It all works out in the end. Another thing new, Travis got this nice little door knocker there for when the door's opening and closing. Another thing I'm going to have them do, I learned about this in their forest house, whenever they come through and touch up when the construction's done, I'm going to have them put those plastic, it's just a little plastic strip that goes over all the corners, and it keeps the corners from being banged up all the time, which is helpful. A lot of folks have asked me if I really want my refrigerator by the door. I have no problem with the refrigerator being by the door. I mean, obviously now with cabinets in, our only other spot would be over there. But when we designed this kitchen, originally we were talking about having our laundry room be here and the kitchen be over here. When I decided, like, let's just make it all a kitchen, we just pushed that design back to give us even more room. And so where the refrigerator would have been here, we pushed it back against that wall, which happens to put it by a door. So I'm thinking that this area is going to be trash cans, real exciting, and then hanging stuff on the walls, exciting. And so we will talk about the table now. So some other questions that have come in: where do you have room for your big table? Are you still having a big table? You know, what's the plan with that? So of course, the island, 12 feet long, with the overhang going like an L. It's gonna seat 9 or more. I did order 4 bar stools, basically 4 metal bar stools. They look just like a distressed white. No, I ordered 8 of them. They were packs of 4. They were $99. I ordered 2 of them to give us 8 bar stools to go along this side. And then I figured those white back chairs I got at IKEA, what, 4 or 5 years ago, 3 of those will fit on this 6-foot end. And so I thought, you know, Benjamin and Tobin here before we know it, and future grandbaby, and you know, when they're toddler age and they still want to sit up at the counter, or young elementary age, they can sit in these chairs with the back, and then all the big kids and adults can sit here without the back, and then that way those stools just go completely, look, I'm pushing them in under the overhang there. And so there's that seating. So with our table, I did a big video for my large family table community ladies yesterday, and I was answering their questions about the table too, and measuring and doing math and all those things. Doing math with like cabinet screws to place things. So we made it a point to have 48-inch walkways here, and then all the way down here. You know, just tried to give us a nice, comfortable amount of room between everything. We did not plan for this to just be a big open space. The whole plan with this is it's going to be for the big table. And so this here marks 48 inches from the refrigerator. So that roughly is going to be the table. And then I was also showing these cabinet screws here show how wide our table is. It's about 40 inches. And then we have, from where our overhang is gonna end, which will have stools pushed under it, all the way over to where my desk starts is about 11 feet. And then again, the table is about 40 inches wide. And then I also was measuring out from the door to the table here, at least where I have this measuring tape there, is about 5 feet. And then we have on this side of the table and the other side of the table, not quite 48 inches, it's 40 couple on either side, which still pretty good. And so whenever we walk in the door, there will be nothing here. This space here, where all this is, will be open. There's going to be a couch and an area rug and a chair, but I plan here is going to be the most open space. I'm probably going to have like a big potted floor plant there because I've always wanted those, and I'm going to have good light. So anyway, we get to pretty much decide the length of our table. I just showed this like the maximum it could be. We very well may take it up a few more inches. We might make it so we have 6 feet whenever we walk in the door here. And there's gonna be a porch out here too. I don't know if I told you all that or not, but there's gonna be a big porch built out as well. And the French doors need painted and all that. So anyway, this is showing like a 15 or so foot table. Our dining room table now is 9 feet long, and we bought a second one because it's such a good price, phenomenal table. It'll be linked below. Got it on Amazon. If you've seen my white table in any of the videos, I am thrilled with it. I want to say it was $600 or $700, but if you're into buying tables for your family, like durable tables that don't cost, I mean, if I would have that table custom made, we're talking 3 times or more that price. And then when we get talking about, you know, 12 foot, 13, 14 foot, 15 foot, 16 foot long tables, it goes on and on. We bought another table just like it. It's been in our storage pod waiting for us. So the plan is both tables together are going to be 18 feet. So unfortunately, we don't have room for that big of a table, but Travis is going to do some cutting and some configuring. It has an overhang on either end, and so I think he's gonna leave the overhang on the far ends and then cut and configure in the middle and just make us a big table. Now, it could be 14 feet. It may not be, again, the full 15 feet here, but this is the table plan. And so then when we come in, we'll have a walkway there. We put stuff on the table. We'll have a walkway there. We'll have a walkway here. And that's that. But it's a priority for us to have a big table and have lots of seating. That is more important than having a big open space. This would be wasted space for us. Right now, with our 9-foot table, we can fit about up to 13 on it. Lots of times the table is full, and then we set up 2 to 3 of those little portable tables. And so that would be what, 13 for, you know, feeding up to 16 people. But our family's growing and much more. So anyway, we just want to have as big a table as possible, plus the island seating. I do plan on, like in my mind when I'm thinking through how we're using this kitchen, like right now, it's hard when we have all the food on the table for everyone to get to the food. And you know, my bowls and pots are so big, it's also hard to like pass things. I've tried putting things in smaller bowls. Anyway, it's just a lot of food to manage. Right. We will have the bigger table now. And maybe when it's just like, you know, Travis and the kids and I, we can have more of the food down at one end and people can get up and serve from here. But what I'm thinking more of is having the food here on the island. And we'll go to the table and we'll pray, and maybe we'll have, you know, salad and bread and butter or fruit on the table. And I might make the first round of plates, and then everyone can get up and go and feed themselves from the island or get more. Or we have to get in this kitchen and get living in it and cooking it to see. It also might be that the warm food is left over here on the stove. I may end up just leaving pots and things and maybe putting some bowls over there. And we fix our plates or get seconds or what have you from the stove. So that'll take getting in here and living in it to know. Another question is, what about hardware? So yes, I bought hardware. It's not in here right now for me to show you. Maybe in the end of this video, you'll see it on. It's the long pull handles. I've seen them, like my cousin, she did a new white kitchen and she has them and they're black. I've also seen them in copper and brass and stainless steel. And since stainless steel is our thing, that's what I did the pull handles on. And then lighting. So lighting is the next big electrical thing that Travis is working on. He's really into LED lighting. And so like these in particular, they have a 13-year life. So I think these were like $14 a pack. But then again, if you think, well, we're not replacing these light bulbs for 13 years, you know, that's nice. This is going to be the wall lantern outside on the porch. And if you didn't see it, that's upside down, of course. My light for that corner. These 3 lights are what are going to hang over this side of the island. I told Travis to remind me again, because he's always like centering things and such. I was like, remind me why we did the lighting here over the seating. And his whole thinking process, again, I ask these questions because I feel like these are questions viewers will ask. So I'm like, go ahead and give me these answers now, Travis. He was concerned that with me standing over there and filming and, you know, having tripods up and different things, that the lighting might get in the way, which it's true, it could. So that's why he has the lighting over on this side. And then for here, and again, all these choices I did in 2021 because we didn't know, you know, does the kitchen take 6 months, a year, 2 months? And I'm glad we went ahead and bought everything just with inflation and such. So much of this was purchased in 2021. Now we're just pulling the rest of the project together. Those lights, they're gonna be up shorter, one's gonna be there and down at the other end. And then I've got this big chandelier thing, which actually has some brass on it, which is fine with me because I like mixing things together, but it doesn't look so big in the box. But whenever I pull it out, so I know you're looking at it upside down, when you look at the pieces, these are large pieces. And so over the middle of the table, if I can show you how big it is, it's gonna be a chandelier situation in the middle. Travis will build it for me and it will be lovely. The other thing is, so this light is for this seating area, and then there's one for over the sink, and then one for this walkway here. The hood situation here. There's lights. I'm pretty sure there's lights, yes. Lights up in there. So it's kind of a rustic-y farmhouse type light. And then the stainless steel cleaner has worked phenomenal. Travis laughed because you can see I couldn't reach any farther. But the cleaner has worked really well. And we are happy. And let's see here. This is, oh, the other thing, yes. The refrigerator still is not on, but we got the shelves. The shelves in here. And then that's the cleaner that I got at Lowe's. Probably did that a week ago. So this, you know, I can see where it will need to be done once a week. And that is fine. And you can see I talked until the sun came up. All right, friends, another day and more things have happened. I bet you can see it right now. Looky there, we got that cabinet set and that cabinet set in. And then our corner cabinet and this cabinet. So those are big, huge things that are new. So that is coming together. Yesterday, they were working on doing the trim around the top. So they got done there. They got it done over there. Now the trim has been a big quandary. Some questions I have received have been, Jamerrill, why didn't you put your cabinets all the way to the roof so there wouldn't be a space? Or why didn't you put your cabinets lower so you would have more room at the top? And so room at the top was never my goal, but just to show you. So why we didn't move them any taller is all 5'4" of me. Okay, yes, I can reach. I can't go any further. Okay, I live the step ladder life and I can't go any farther than the bottom shelf in any of these cabinets. And so the shelves aren't in this new corner one yet. I usually have at least 2 step ladders in any kitchen. So that's why we didn't go any higher with them. The reason we didn't go any lower is we chose the height of these, but we based it off of, we took into consideration the height of the countertop and also where the cabinets were going to be. And we picked my biggest countertop appliance and based it on that. So the biggest appliance that I had when I got measuring is my Vitamix. And so my Vitamix will be able to slide real nice under these cabinets without any issues. That's how we picked that. But anyway, the other week I was like, oh, there is some space up there. I wonder how much space that is. I had been thinking the whole time, somehow, I don't know, however this works, they would just build it out somehow. But I went ahead and stuck a jar up there. I was like, can I fit my quart jars up there? That would be neat. But no, the quart jars don't fit. The pint jars do. But it's also, after discussing this with many viewers over on my Facebook page, it's going to be a dust magnet. So yesterday, the builder, we were measuring if I was going to get real big pieces of crown molding, you know, what size. And I think it was like 5 7/8 that I would need. We did find a bundle of it, but it would not be here for like 3 or 4 weeks. And so all that to say, for now, we are having the cabinets trimmed out with these pieces. We may end up getting bigger pieces of molding and closing it up with that. I've looked at a lot of pictures online of people's cabinets, and a whole lot of them have that gap. And then a whole lot of them are built in with other molding. So I think it's all okay. That's a new discussion and something new we've been working through. I also was talking with Travis last night about, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll have lights up there. And he said he could definitely do that. He's already planning on under the cabinet lighting for us. And along with that, the electrical projects continue. Travis has been sitting over there at the panel a lot. He's doing breaker things, other electrical things. I don't think this is new. But anyway, there's tools and projects and things going on. Oh, these boards here are the material for the windowsills that they're going to build out for us. And then those are going to be stained to go with this floor. So I think that'll look very nice. Oh, and then I think another thing that's new, they got veneer on the front of the desk area. And then over here, they put it on the side just to give these cabinets a more built-in look. And then, yes, there's all kinds of like little scratches and things that are coming because of all the building and work that is going on in here. So definitely when we're done with this construction phase, everything will be getting touched up. Like I know like there around the hood and stuff definitely needs it. So I think today they'll be back and they'll get the trim done over there. And then the rest of it is probably, you know, stuff that we don't see. And so we meet again. Yes, other new things happening here. So it's probably been about 2 weeks since I filmed the last update. Last week, the big thing, I'm sure you see, I was in California last week, and while I was gone, they came and did the countertops. I was like, I'm holding them up. Ah, we can have the sound of heaven opening. So the countertops are here. And some other things have been done as well, but let's just talk about this elephant in the room because it's almost the size of an elephant. So these are the countertops that we went with. They are quartz. It is called Lusso. Now, you've probably heard me talk about, and we've got Talking Hand this morning. Diamond Sparkle was the countertop that I really, really liked, and they didn't have it available anymore. And so looking through the countertops that were available, of course, I made this choice with, you know, like a 12 by 12 square sample size. This is the one that I went with. And I thought, well, you know, it's not just plain white. There is some pattern to it, but it's not super busy. And I liked it. So there you go. That's how we came to this decision. So it's got some white and some cream and kind of some light taupe. And then it has like just a little bit of gold in here. And I thought it would just go well with everything that we have going on. They did an absolutely phenomenal job. I mean, you'll hear, you know, different stories. Like one friend of mine, I think her countertop was off by like, I don't know, like a quarter of an inch or so. Anyway, I just know, you know, things can happen with anything, and we had good things happen here. The only thing that I saw whenever they contacted me and, you know, really wanted to know if there was anything, there's just some little, there's like 3 little scuff marks. There's one here and down here, and they're going to send someone to come and work on those. So that is good. So here's the big island. You can see I'm practicing with the chairs here. Big island. I mean, again, this is where we're living life here, friends. This is it. More countertop, more countertop. Let's just breeze on by the countertop. And they did it all in one day. And we chose the rounded edge and smooth corners, just thinking of, you know, children and head height and all of that. So here we go. Yay, big kitchen and big kitchen countertops. I know some of the concerns I have heard, and when I say this is like, you know, legitimate questions, honest concerns. It's all cool. We chat over here, right? Whenever I do like veggie prep or wash a, you know, bigger pot and pan, this is like prep sink area. And this is, again, family dishes sink area, and then the 2 dishwashers are going in there. The questions I have received have been concerns about if I'm doing prep here, you know, a big thing of tomatoes or washing out a big stock pot, where will I set things? So I do have about 12 inches on either side, but also the faucet will be here. I mean, I do have this area here. So that was my thinking, is that if I wash a bunch of tomatoes and then I need to set them somewhere, they can just go here or here. I feel like this is adequate space. I've never had a big prep sink before. You know how my jammed up baby kitchen sink gets. So I think this will work just fine. And I didn't want the smaller prep sinks that I have seen in some island samples. Like I wanted, if I'm doing another sink, I want to get a whole other sink out of it. This is how I roll. So I'm happy about that. Travis and I are leaving for 7 days. It's our 24-year anniversary this week, and I'm sure you'll be hearing about that in upcoming videos. So while we're gone this week, they are coming to install the little custom windowsills we had them make. And they're going to be all around, and they're going to stick out like another inch or 2, and they're stained a beautiful color. So that is happening. Also, so I'm jumping into things that are happening, and I still have a few more things to tell you. They are coming this week. So, you know, I've gone back and forth with the upper trim idea. My friend Tony is doing a whole kitchen renovation as well, and cabinets and such look very similar. And I saw her cabinets with the bigger crown molding trim on the top, and like it helped me get a vision for what I want to do here. And even if it does take them longer to get it, whatever, I can't do it. So I sent them pictures of her kitchen. By the way, Tony, we're looking at your kitchen here in Virginia. Sent them pictures of her kitchen. And I was like, okay, I just need you to find this trim or something similar. And even if you have to come back in a couple weeks to do it, that's fine. So that's the trim update. We will have crown molding all the way up there. And then first week of August, which you all might be seeing this video by then. But anyway, the plumbers are coming, and Travis and I'll be back then. They're gonna do the sink faucets and the garbage disposals and get both dishwashers in. Last week while I was gone as well, the other plumbing company came out and moved that pot filler down about 2 inches, and Travis repaired the drywall there, and they did all that with the measurements of the pot filler that Travis has, which that is nice. Last night, Travis has been very excited about this. This is our new countertop ice maker, and it has a water line. I think he's already got those hooked up, or he's going to. And I can show you the box of this one. He researched a lot, and finally just had to, again, there's the water line stuff. And you don't have to hook it to a water line. You can add water. This is something that makes his heart happy. And then I'll show you, this is the box. So, ice maker and shaver machine. Yes, okay, very fun. And then I ordered some stools, and we tried them out last night. I thought 30 inches would be okay. But whenever sitting on it, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should have gone with 24 inches. So I got 8 of them. They were $100 for 4 in this distressed white that goes with, you know, the chairs and everything that's going to be here. We tested it out. It's definitely workable. Travis just thinks everyone would be more comfortable with the 24 inch. I'm doing something here with that. I told Travis, because they came in big boxes. He's an expert at selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace and such. So we might just try to like resell these stools and then go ahead and order them in the 24 inch. I might wait though until the 24 inch gets here just to like, you know, have an actual sitting comparison. Another thing that's going to be coming up here soon is, and they might do this week while we're gone also, is the handle pulls. We've got the long bar mission style handles that are going on all the cabinets. They did the same countertop on my desk area. So something they got done at some point was this trim that now goes around the room. A thing we added to our list last night is we want them to come back and do the same trim along the front of our walls of cabinets. I've been waiting to move into this kitchen, but I couldn't stand it the other night. I've started my first cabinet. So this is my THM cabinet. I had got a few more things at the store, some more like snacky things at Costco. I was like, I'm busting at the seams. I must get this stuff out here. And so I've been waiting because since they still have to drill the knobs, I was just trying to wait. But anyway, first cabinet already, I feel like I'm sneaking in and I'm doing something I shouldn't do, but it's my kitchen, guys, and I desperately want to be in here cooking. I did a quick start, get ahead meal prep for my large trailer table membership community. Ladies, if you are in there, that should be up by the time this video is out. But anyway, just so much. I had to have the kids help me clear off the little counter space in the baby kitchen so I would even have room to work. Anyway, I just have a big vision in here with the big table. We're gonna have room for like homeschool life stuff. And then I'll have this big island to work on. That's the whole point of this vision. Super happy. So it's looking like it's the last week of July when I'm filming this. It'll be the first week of August that we have some major things done, like the hookups and such. I believe the people that are doing the tile will be doing it the first week of August also. and that will be fantastic. The one tile I had picked out to be, you know, a little dramatic there between the hood and the stove is out of stock, but I found something that looks pretty similar. Lots of blues in it. As of this moment, I believe, because I still want the white tile backsplash, but I didn't necessarily want subway tile. Nothing wrong with subway tile. If I would just say real quick, yeah, subway tile would be fine. But I was like, well, what if I got a white tile, a little bit different pattern? And so I believe I'm going with, it's a lantern pattern, and it just gives the tile these little scallopy edges that I like. And so even though it'll be plain white, it'll have a little bit of flair to it. I like that. So thank you, tile. And of course, he still has to finish the electrical. Since I was gone a big part of last week and he was home with kids, obviously he did not want to do any big electrical projects. And then I'm taking him away this week. So I guess that goes on the first week of August list as well. But man, maybe second week of August we'll just be all moved in. I know I was saying, you know, end of July. And now I'm saying second week of August. But again, all the contracting, like the big contracting companies in my area, have had so much work that they were not even be able to start on this kitchen until fall 2022. And we are going to definitely be in here cooking up a storm, doing all the things by fall 2022, the way that we've pieced it together. And I'm excited about that. Other thing that Travis got done was he got the microwave in. We were thinking we would go with our original microwave. It's a 2.2 cubic feet, just real nice big microwave. It didn't quite fit in the space. And so this microwave is pretty close. It's 1.8. And that is fine with me. Another thing they're gonna do is add a trim board underneath. Again, there's no power out here, but super excited. And it's not, it's a good height for us. And we're just excited about our microwave hopes and dreams. I have been keeping an eye out for my morning mama chair. Then the couch I would like over here. Yeah, that's just gonna, I need to put more time into it. So I've kept my eye out though. I looked at some things Costco had on display when I was there last week. Maybe this week on Travis and I's kid-free trip, I'll look at that more. And we shall see. I don't really have too many big plans at this point for here. I have mentioned about setting up a table and having photography type stuff here, but we'll see. We'll see. I am picturing lots of plants. So anyway, here is how things have progressed from the start of this video. The biggest deal is these countertops are in. Oh, another thing on our first week of August list is we're putting the stove in and the gas company is coming out to do those connections. So yay. And I know whenever we're totally done, we need a final inspection. And I know like the fire marshal has to inspect our hood, our county inspector, like we've got his little pass stickers there. You know, we passed all of those inspections. So I guess also I get excited about like going to town and getting stuff done in here. And so that will be coming, but they're pretty quick in our area. That is good. Just like the gas company, it's a slower time of year from them. And they said basically if we just give them 24-hour notice, they can be out here. So we'll see, but final inspections will be a thing too, but we're getting closer. So thank you so much for watching this Mega Mama kitchen update. And hopefully here in a few weeks, I have the big final video. And that's it. We're then in here cooking. I'm excited. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I don't know what else to say here, so we'll just do some B-roll. The smaller say that again. Hold on here. I know they're here in my brain. We're going to find them. Oh, hold on. I'm going to yawn for my chair and the couch. But, I'm losing cabinet screws. I've never had a prink set. Yeah, the new words for this video, prink set.